Captain Dave Schneider, it's a guide's life. Hey, listen. Yeah, you know, we're out on Harney Pond. Listen, I will beat a dead horse. That probably doesn't sound very good, but I tend to do that sort of thing. I've got a couple of great guys here from northern Georgia. First of all, this is Mr. Scott Soares. Say hey, Scott.
Hey, Scott.
He did it. That's good, right? Right. Scott's actually, I'm gonna tell him all about you real quick. He raises chickens and he's got some cattle. He's a farmer, but he pastors a church up in Georgia, and he's playing hooky from church today. Jesus loves fishing too, but I'm sure he made good arrangements for his folks. All right, and we had a nice prayer before we started today. It was kind of nice. In any case, but we have a special guest. Now this young man is he's graduating this year.
Yes.
He's graduating this year. Everybody say hey, Nathan.
Hey, Nate.
He did it. That's close enough.
People call me Nate and Nathan.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So listen. This is not the first time we've seen this with Captain Dave here on It's a Guide's Life, but Nathan he told his dad, look, rather, you know, for a senior trip, I'd like to go up to Okeechobee for a week and fish. And that's what you boys are doing, right? And they're going to spend the first day with Captain Dave. So I'm showing them a few pointers about fishing with shiners. Guys, I'm going to do a little shiner how-to in a little bit here because I promised I'd do that. I've had a lot of guys asking me questions about my shiner rig, so I'm going to get that clarified for you here as well. Hopefully we'll get on a fish or two, but shiner fish is not particularly in my heart today. I've got some other things I want to do with these fellas too. So anyway, Captain Dave Schneider, you come on along. We're going to have a good time. Captain Dave Schneider, It's a Guide's Life. I've had a bunch of people asking me about my shiner rig, and I want to show you how I've been tying my shiner rig and what I've been doing now. I've gone through a little bit of a process over the last 4 years, but anyway, I start with a rubber bobber stopper. These are made by the Jethro company. They're the kind that come put down on a little wire, and you put your wire loop and you put your line through the wire loop. You pull the stopper over the thing, it's on your line. First thing that goes on your line. The next thing I like is a glass bead or a hard plastic bead of some sort. I put that on there specifically so that it doesn't, the float doesn't stick into the rubber stopper, okay? And the other nice thing about it is it kind of makes a clicking sound, which kind of is, when you're sitting out there, all of a sudden your float makes that noise like that, and you go, oh, hey, there might be a fish coming on there. So it's a little strike indicator as well. That's just a sidebar thing. I'm using a straight pass-through float. They make these in 150 different sizes, guys. I use the smallest one I think I can get away with and keep it on top with the shiner size I'm using. The next thing I put on, guys, is a Trocar hook. I use the Trocar hook that they make specifically for tube fishing. I get either cut the plastic piece off, or sometimes I can get them to send them to me without the keeper on them. Shout out to the Cheney boys, Papa and son, Eric and Mike. I hope you guys are having a great time up in Colorado. And I know I'll probably be seeing you fellas pretty soon here, so I'm thinking about you. But in any case, I tie a straight Palomar knot onto this deal. I pass the tag end through the hook, and I'm leaving myself a really long leader today, about 2 feet, 2.5 feet, because I really want to be able to keep the shiner up out of the garbage that's on the bottom. And then I just tie a lead weight on here, guys. This one's a 1/2 ounce size. It's been my experience that 1/2 ounce is about perfect, you know, for this. And I'm gonna tie this on here, and I just use a Palomar knot on that too because they're easy to tie. And frankly, I don't want them coming untied. And I'm using 65-pound braid. Any type's probably just fine. I use Power Pro. You know, for my fishing. And there you go, man. That's the shiner rig. If I'm going to fish this without any weight on it, it's a drop shot shiner rig, man. I don't know if you get all this in camera or not. Probably not. But if I'm going to fish without a drop shot weight, obviously I'm just going to cut the tag off, and the whole rig is exactly the same from here to here. It's all exactly the same. So the big question that people are asking me is, after you've got yourself all rigged up here, guys, I'm going to go right through the bottom of the chin here and come out right through the nostril. This is how I fish it most of the time. If I'm fishing without a weight, a lot of times I'll go through the tail. All right, but I go right up through the nostril. I hold the fish in my hand. I usually transfer it to this hand, kind of cover his eyes a little bit to try and keep him from doing that right there. And then I take a little rubber. This is a spent piece of soft plastic, guys, and I put it over the hook. The reason why is I'm hooking this fish through its nostrils or through its nostril and its chin. It's real soft tissue. It's going to stretch and pull, and he'll swim right off this hook if you're not careful. This is just going to keep him on the hook. It's never been an issue with setting hooks. It's never been a hit you, but it keeps, I'm convinced that it keeps the bait on the hook longer. Captain Dave Schneider, that's the Shiner rig. I hope that helped, guys. I'll see you guys shortly. Oh, by the way, I don't know if we have the video or not, but this is my second run because I forgot to turn the cameras on. Yeah, that happened. And our boy here, Pastor Scott, wound up getting a nice 2-pound fish, and I thought it was right on camera. I'm all excited. Now maybe I have the videotape. Maybe I had the tape going. If I had the tape going, that'll be awesome. But I don't think I did. So we're up 1 right now. It was a beautiful fish. You know how they look. They're pretty. Captain Dave Schneider. I'll be back. All right, man. Fling them up in here. Just swing that fish up in here. Look at that bass. Good job, man. Good job.
Beautiful.
That's not a bad looking fish either. That's a pretty fish, bro. Very, very nice. All right. There it is, guys. There's fish. Oh, come here, baby. Come on, uphill. Hit that swimming worm right there, boys. Hit that swimming worm right there. Oh, hey, Captain Dave Schneider. It's a guys, the sun is going down. We're losing our sunlight, which means the mosquitoes will be out here soon, which means we gotta go, fellas. We gotta go. Listen, we had a really good time, lots of good fellowship. It was my honor and my pleasure to meet you fellas. But I'm gonna tell you straight up, we didn't get them like I wanted to, and you know how that is. But you know, and it wasn't because these guys did a great job. They're really, both of them are very good fishermen. They handled their gear really well. Good news is I loaded their pockets full of stuff. I took a bunch of pictures on their phone so that they have some areas to go on the lake. And there's, you know, this, you know, and they've still got 5 days. They're gonna be here till Friday, or right around Friday. And they've got their own boat, so they did it the right way. Guys, if you don't know your way around the lake and you've never been here, get a guide. Even if it's just for 3 or 4 hours, get a guide, and find out just how to navigate and how to get around. You know,
that's been a huge help.
Because that's probably one of the most intimidating parts of this thing. Captain Dave Schneider, guys, I love you, man. I so much appreciate it.
You're the best, Dave.
All right, man.
Thank you, buddy.
And that's very kind of you to say that. All right, listen, we will see you. Oh, hey, Nathan's going to help me do a little bit of editing later. We'll see, because he wants to do a little bit of YouTube stuff, so we have to start watching for him a little bit. When he starts getting his stuff up, we'll start throwing it up for you so you can find it. Captain Dave Schneider, It's a Guy's Life. Do me a favor, if you like the video, for God's sakes, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And I know some of you have some friends, so if you got some friends, go ahead and share this thing. Captain Dave Schneider, we're building a fire. I'll see you guys tomorrow.